Pollen is prevalent. No news to those who suffer from seasonal allergies. But how do you know when the pollen is at its most powerful? And what can you do to prevent pollen from making your allergies even more overactive? Cindy Baylog is here with answers and advice. Cindy is the Manager of Health Promotion and Wellness at Medical Mutual of Ohio. So welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
And we think of pollen as something that's sort of in the air, but we can't really see it. But that's not really true, is it?
No, it's not. Actually, pollen comes out in the spring, and it's actually a very fine dust that comes from different plants and trees. And sometimes you'll even notice that your car, when it's parked outside, can even have that yellowish dusting on it that makes you want to wash your car. So you'll definitely take notice of it.
Okay, so that's one of the ways we can tell when there's a lot of pollen in the air, but is there other ways to actually measure that?
There are. You can actually watch your news, and they'll display various counts. You can do searches online with your zip code to find out what some of those counts are. So an example is if the count is about 50 or lower, that's considered very low, so it's not really going to affect you too much. But when the count gets to about 1,000, that's when it's going to really affect those with allergies.
Okay, so that pollen count tells us when the pollen might be at such a level that we might just be miserable if we suffer from those kind of allergies. So what do we do about that then?
You know, there's a couple things that you can do, and I think the first one is you can limit your time outdoors, especially in the morning hours between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. That's when pollen counts can be the highest. Even on dry days, the pollen is out there and present and whirling around. You can also do things such as when you walk in the door, your shoes may have pollen on them, so you can leave them outside. Even your pets, when they're outside, the pollen may get on their fur, so you can wipe them down.
I hope they don't have allergies too.
Yeah, they could too, but you want to make sure that they're taken care of.
Right.
You can even take a shower and change your clothing so that you're free of pollen. Just to make sure, even further, you can buy a HEPA filter that can protect the air coming in through your furnace or air conditioner to eliminate that pollen getting into your house.
All right, great tips so far. And as far as treating the symptoms of what comes with an allergy, there's a lot of over-the-counter medications that are available. How can we tell when it's past just over-the-counter and it might be really time to see the doctor about it?
Sure. Well, you want to take into account how long you've been treating your allergies. If you've been using an over-the-counter medication for more than 2 weeks, and the side effects might be bothering you, that's definitely a time where you may want to consult your doctor. Another thing to consider is that pollen is different in the spring and the fall. So if you're more prone to allergies in the spring versus the fall, there may be some better treatment options that your doctor can recommend for you.
Okay, does it ever get to the point where you need to get like desensitization, I guess, is that it? Like shots to try to avoid?
Sure, that can be another solution for those that have extreme allergies. So your doctor can refer you to a specialist even that can help to diagnose it, pinpoint what specifically you're allergic to treat that.
Yeah, because if there's just pollen floating in the air, who knows what it comes from, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's out there.
Yeah, very good tips for us today here. So if you're a seasonal allergy sufferer, follow Cindy's advice to limit your exposure and alleviate your symptoms. My thanks to Cindy for helping our viewers breathe easier.
Thanks.
Learn more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by calling 1-844-606-5387 or visit www.medmutual.com/go. Up next.